This video demonstrates cupping therapy techniques for the lumbar spine and lower back region. Here you can see an example of a passive cupping technique over the lumbar region with the patient in a relaxed seated position. Here is an example of active cupping where the patient is encouraged to flex forwards with the cups in place. And here is a similar technique where the patient drops into a classic yoga stretch to encourage flexion of their lumbar spine. And rotation can also be performed as part of this active cupping routine. In this clip, you can see an example of a shearing technique where the patient flexes forwards as the therapist pulls the cups in either the opposite or the same direction to provide either a resisted shearing force or, in this case here, an assisted shearing force. Shearing techniques can be performed in different directions, such as side flexion, as shown in this clip. This is an example of active cupping for lumbar side flexion. And this is an example of active cupping for spinal rotation. You can also apply some additional shearing to this technique, as shown here. Here is an example of another active cupping technique for the lumbar spine. And another example of a movement that promotes lumbar flexion is shown here. By dropping down deep into the squat, it encourages the lumbar spine to move into flexion. This final clip demonstrates glide cupping over the lumbar spine as the patient actively flexes forwards.